Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me Aditi. I hope all of you guys are doing well and are staying at home. So in today's video I'm going to create this makeup look right here using all the makeup products that I bought recently from Nykaa. So this is not something that I prefer wearing that much, but I really wanted to try out new products and this is the look that I come up with. So if you guys want to know what are the products that I liked and what are the products that I just don't like, then please continue watching. But before that, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell right next to the subscribe button so that you guys get notified every single time I upload a video. And you can share this video with your family and friends if you think this video would be helpful for any of them. And now let's get started. Alright you guys, so let's begin. The first thing that I'm going to do is moisturize my face, and for that I'm taking this Pond's moisturizer. So this is the Pond's Super Light Gel Oil Free Moisturizer. I'm just going to apply this all over my face. I already have moisturized my face, but it's been I think more than 2-3 hours. So when I put makeup on my skin, I make sure that I apply moisturizer right before I'm applying makeup. So that is why I'm applying this moisturizer one more time, and this is so good, so lightweight but so hydrating. So I absolutely love this moisturizer. So I'm just gonna spread this all over my face and massage this so that it gets absorbed. And so beautiful this moisturizer is. So there is definitely some fragrance, but that is not like over the top, that is super mild. So if you don't like fragrant products, especially skincare, you still can use this because this is not extremely perfumed or anything of that sort. Just a very mild smell, which I absolutely love in my products. And this is super light, so this gets absorbed so quickly. So that is why I absolutely love this, and my skin is feeling now so much better than before. So the first product that I have is this COLORBAR Flawless Finish Primer. So I have great hopes from this because this is from COLORBAR and I am actually loving COLORBAR these days so much. So I am just gonna take a little bit amount of this primer on my fingertips, and then just firstly applying this right here where I have very big pores, which is like on my nose and on my cheek area. And then I'm just pressing that and pushing this into my skin. The texture of this primer is so good. You can say it is like more the primer that is the Nykaa Prep Me Up primer. The texture is exactly like that, and I love that primer. If you guys been following me, you know that how much I love that primer and how much I use that. So this is giving me that kind of feel, and this definitely does a great job of blurring my pores, and this actually literally filled my pores so much. Wow, it's really nice. My skin feels so soft and so nice. So I absolutely love the primer. The first impression of this primer is definitely really good, but I definitely am going to use this primer more and share my thoughts with you guys in my future videos obviously. But so far I am absolutely loving the finish of this primer. So the next step is obviously foundation. So for foundation I have two options. This is the first foundation. This is the Nykaa Skin Genius Sculpting and Hydrating Foundation, and the other foundation that I have is this Rimmel London Match Perfect SPF 20 foundation. I have these two options for foundation, so I don't know which one should I pick. I think I'm gonna go with one foundation on this side and this foundation on this side. That could be a bit of a risk because I don't know if these foundations are actually of my skin tone. So if these are not, I can end up looking a bit odd, but let's still try now. So I'm just gonna take this foundation. This is the Rimmel foundation. I'm gonna take out one pump of this foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna apply this on this side first. So I'm just dotting this first all over. This foundation is yellow tone foundation, but this still is looking quite pink, so I don't know, let's see. So this is the e.l.f. Beauty Blender, so I'm just gonna blend my foundation using this. So this was looking pink, but after the blending it's not looking that, you know, that pink. It is definitely not that yellow that I really like. You know, I have a yellow undertone, so I like to use foundation of that you know, undertone. But okay, this is not a perfect match, but yeah, very close to my skin tone. So I'm just gonna take whatever is left and just building it up. And so the finish of this foundation is really good. I mean, this is super dewy. I mean, I don't think I really need to say anything because this is extremely dewy. So I think this foundation is not for oily skin girls, but I think I should just let it sit for a while and see after a few minutes how is this looking. And now for the other half, I'm gonna take this Nykaa foundation. Again, I'm just gonna take like a drop of this foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna apply this also in this way, just dotting this all over. Again, I'm just gonna blend it out with the same beauty blender. The finish of this foundation is also really dewy and, you know, really glowy, which is I absolutely love. And this is more of my skin tone, you know, you can see the difference. This is looking quite pink, I would say. This is the kind of foundation I like to apply on my face, and you can see the difference clearly, right? So I need to work this foundation, you know, maybe with concealer or maybe with some powder, because it is quite pink for me as it is. So this is like one layer of both the foundations, and I would say this is like a medium coverage foundation. I think I can really build these foundations up, but right now I don't want that much of a, you know, coverage, so I'm just gonna let it be. But the finish of both the foundations, like, I really like. This is the kind of finish I really like, you know, this glowiness and dewiness. But this is not obviously my perfect match, but I think I can really work with this. Not extremely different, but yeah, just a little too pink for my undertone, my skin type. But yeah, I think I can still work with this. So my foundations are now nicely blended, and now I'm gonna, you know, conceal the darkness on my face. And for that, I'm taking this concealer. This is the Wet n Wild concealer. So I don't have any new concealer right now, so I'm just gonna use this one today. So just applying this under my eyes. This is a brightening concealer for my skin tone, so just under my eyes, right here as well, on the corners of my eyes. Just gonna lift my face on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and on my chin. And I'm quickly gonna blend this out using the same beauty blender. You want to follow this tapping motion and blend this out. This concealer is really good and affordable, so I really like this one. Wet n Wild, I would say, is a really, you know, nice brand. They give you such you know, amazing products at such great prices, so I really like Wet n Wild as a brand. You want to follow this tapping motion. You don't want to drag it, because that way your foundation will move from its place, and that is not what we want. So just follow this dabbing motion all over your face to blend anything, you know, any cream product that you want to blend. You want to follow this dabbing motion. I'm just gonna blend the concealer in the direction that I applied, so this will give me a really lifted face effect. Doing the same thing on the other side as well. Now to set my concealer, I'm taking this Wet n Wild Color Icon contour palette. So this is a really nice palette. I'm gonna take this shade, this banana shade from the palette right here, and I'm gonna take this on my beauty blender just like this and setting my under eyes because I don't have any brightening powder. I have the compact powder, but that is not a brightening powder for my skin tone. So I'm just gonna, you know, set my under eyes using this powder only, and then I'm gonna set my entire face using the compact powder. So now my under eyes are set, and to set my entire face I'm using this Lakme 95 Primer Plus Matte Powder Foundation. So I'm just gonna take this also on my beauty blender, very little amount of this, and just gonna set my entire face. I'm just gonna leave this area obviously because I already have powder there, but all the other area that I have, I'm just gonna set it with this powder. This powder is definitely not my shade. It is looking way too yellow for my skin, so yeah, not a perfect match, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna set my entire face using this. It's not really appearing, you know, that yellow on camera, but in person it is actually really yellow for my skin tone. But the finish of this powder is definitely really nice. It's definitely giving me coverage as well. So I think if you are someone who doesn't like to wear foundation daily, you can apply this only on your face, you know, directly on your moisturizer or maybe your BB cream. To set your BB or CC creams, you can use this, and I think this is definitely going to give you a really nice coverage and finish, because the finish I am definitely really liking. So my face is now completely set. So the next product that I have is this Flower Beauty Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette. This palette has all, you know, 3 products that we really need to sculpt our face. So I haven't tried this out on my face. I gave you guys, you know, the swatches, hand swatches in the Nykaa haul. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to check that out. I will leave the link of that haul in the description bar below. But you know, this is how the products are looking. I'm firstly gonna use this particular shade right here. This is the bronzer. I'm just gonna take the product on this and just dusting off the excess. You can see this is actually a bit powdery, so yeah, but let's see. Alright, you can see that, right? This is so pigmented, like, and it's blending also really easily. So yeah, it's looking really nice. I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side as well, just taking the product, dusting off the excess, and just tapping the brush like this, and then blending it out in circular motions. This product definitely has like a lot of kickback, so that is something which is I'm not really liking, but the pigment is definitely so good. I am just gonna apply the product here as well, just a little bit. I really like that, you know, sun-kissed look, and a bronzer really gives you that. Using the same shade to contour my nose, and I took very little amount of this because this is extremely pigmented, so very little amount. So for blush also, I'm gonna take the same palette. So you can see the blush shade. This is the blush right here. So I'm using the same brush. I just cleaned it with a clean cloth. So I'm just gonna take the shade right here on my brush. Again, this is also super chalky, I would say, and you can see, I hope, there is like so much of kickback in this product, which is not something I really like. I mean, that's a lot of product wastage. Alright, so this is like a very muted pink shade. and I think you wanna build it up. So I'm just gonna take more of this and then applying it on my face. The shade is definitely really pretty, but it's so light that it's like barely even visible, right? So you really need to work it on, like build it up to get a proper opaque pigment. For a person like me, I am a blush person, you guys, so I apply like a lot of blush, and for me this is not like, it's not really meeting my expectations. It's nice, but it's not that good. Like, it's like a okay product, I would say. The blush is not looking that nice for me. So yeah, the bronzer was amazing, but the blush is not. I'm trying to build it up and get a look, but it's really not working that great. It is there, it is definitely there, but it's I literally took a lot of product, and this is the pigment that I got out of it. So that is why I'm not so happy. I'm gonna take another blush that I have already, so that I can, you know, complete this thing. So the another blush that I'm taking is this K Beauty matte blush, and this is in the shade Soft Nude. This is such a beautiful shade, and I absolutely love this blush. This is super creamy, extremely pigmented. So I'm just gonna touch my brush just this much. Now you'll be able to understand what I was talking about. Like, see, right, I just touched my brush like this, and with that Flower Beauty blush I just, you know, did this thing, and then I got this pigment, and I just touched my brush once, and this is the pigment of this K Beauty blush, and the shade also is so pretty. So yeah, that blush is, I'm not really impressed with. So the blush is a fail for me. So for highlighter, again I'm gonna take this is the highlighter in this palette, which is looking super golden. So let's see how is this gonna work. I have applied this on my body, if you guys can see. So this is definitely super pigmented. So I'm just gonna touch my brush like this and dusting off the excess, because I think this is so pigmented. So I'm just gonna take a very little amount of this and just hit it on my face. Oh my god, I was right, this is so pigmented, you guys. You can see, right? So definitely it is a blinding highlighter. Damn. And this is not at all chunky and not really emphasizing the texture of my skin as well. So yeah, I really like this. Yeah, so pretty. Just took again very little amount of this, and I'm applying this on this side as well. So my base makeup is now done. Now it's time for my eyes. So first thing that I'm gonna do is my brows. So for my brows I have these two products. The first one is the Swiss Beauty eyebrow pencil, and the other one is this e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil. So I'm gonna use both of these products. So firstly I'm gonna use this eyebrow pencil. This is the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil, and once you twist it, there you have the product right here. First gonna do the basic stuff, lining, giving my brow a base, and you know, just lining it right here, and a very thin line here as well. And now I'm just gonna fill in the gaps, and I'm applying the lightest pressure. I'm not really poking it, just like very light pressure, and in between I'm just gonna use the spoolie as well, so that I can really see if there is any more, you know, gaps in my brows. And the product also would spread throughout, like, you know, really nicely, evenly. So this eyebrow pencil is really good, guys. This is giving me the kind of brows that I like. I don't like my brows to be like super harsh, and this is giving me the exact same kind of brows and the exact same kind of look that I like. That is like very natural. I'm just gonna follow the hair direction. Like, this is the direction of your hair from the front part. This is how your hair grows in your brows, so just follow that. And then again, I'm using my spoolie. So for this side of my brow, I'm gonna use this pencil. This is a Swiss Beauty pencil, and this is in the shade dark brown. The e.l.f. one was in the shade deep brown. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows using this pencil. So just giving my brows a shape. So this one is definitely more pigmented than the e.l.f. one, so I'm just gonna be more careful and even more light-handedly I'm gonna apply this. And again, just doing this basic stuff, following the natural hair growth and also filling in the gaps. So both my brows are done, and I'm actually pretty happy with the result. So this is the Swiss Beauty eyebrow pencil, and this is the e.l.f. one. So it's completely your choice, and it's completely your call which one you want to take, because this one is, I think, of 250 bucks or 300 bucks, and this one is for 50 bucks. And you can see the result, right? This is not like a big difference, so it's completely your call. So for my eyes, I have these two eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Swiss Beauty Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette, and the other one is e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette. So I already have shared my first impression and the review of this eyeshadow palette on my channel. It is like a completely detailed video, so if you haven't checked that out, if you're interested, then you can check that out. I will leave the link of that video in the description bar or maybe in the I button, so you can check that out. So I'm not going to use this palette today. I'm going to use the e.l.f. one, which is this one, and this is in the shade, let me see, this is in the shade Carbonel Candy. So this is how the palette looks like. I have great hopes from this palette because I already have one of these from e.l.f. That was the Berry Healthy eyeshadow palette, and that was really good, and that is why I bought the another one. So let's see how this one is going to perform, but I have great hopes from this one. So to begin with, I'm gonna take this shade right here on a blending brush like this. This is the Pro Art AE24 brush. So I'm just gonna take the shade on this brush, and I'm gonna dust off the excess and apply this shade on my crease. So this shade is looking so pretty, and this is the kind of a shade that I would apply, like all over my lid and call it a day. So pretty and so nice. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is more of a chocolatey brown shade, and I'm using the same brush and just again dusting off the excess, and I'm just gonna pack this shade on the outer corner just here like this, and then just taking that slowly close to my crease. This is also super pigmented, you guys. e.l.f. eyeshadows are like really pigmented, and they blends also really beautifully. The best part about these eyeshadows are that these are like really affordable. I mean, what you want out of a product that should work for you and that should be in your budget. So these are like really affordable. The the bite size eyeshadow palette retails for I think 350 bucks. When e.l.f. launched in India, it was for I think 399 or something, but now it is for 350 bucks, and you can get this for even more cheaper prices when it's when it's on discount, or you can wait for sales, and I got it for I think 250 or like something around that. So for 250 bucks, this is not at all a bad deal, I would say, you guys. So yeah, these are like really nice eyeshadows. I'm just flicking it out just like this. I'm gonna take this beautiful blue shade from the palette. This looks so pretty on the palette, so I'm gonna use my finger only to apply this. And actually this is the shade that I got this palette for. I was like, this is looking so pretty and I want to try this, so let's see. I'm gonna take the mix of both these shades that I used on my lid, and I'm just gonna apply this very close to my lower lash line. Now I'm taking this e.l.f. eyeliner and I'm just gonna create a beautiful wing using this. For mascara, I have this mascara. This is the Maybelline New York the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. So I'm just gonna apply this all over my lashes. This is how the wand looks like. This is a waterproof mascara, and I'm just gonna apply lots and lots of this on my lashes. This mascara is giving me so much of volume and length, and I am absolutely loving it. Maybelline is a brand which makes amazing mascara, so I had great hopes, and this is working exactly like that. So this is looking so nice. Now for my lips, I have this lipstick. This is the Nykaa lipstick, and this is in the shade Break a Lag. So I'm just gonna apply this all over my lips. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look, and I really like how this look has turned out, although this is not something that I wear personally, but I think for an experiment this is a really nice look. And if you are someone who likes to wear, you know, these kind of blue and greens kind of, you know, colors in your eyes, I think this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette is really nice. This blue actually popped beautifully. I wasn't expecting this to be this pigmented, but this is looking so nice. Only the fail I would say is that, you know, Flower Beauty palette, and that was the only blush. The bronzer and the highlighter, you know, worked beautifully. So that blush was the only thing that was a big fail for me. Other than that, all the products worked pretty nicely, I would say. I'm not really actually mad at anything rather than that blush. So yeah, that is the only thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and like the look as well. So if you did, then make sure to subscribe to my channel to watch more such content, and also you know, like this video if you like the look, and if you like my content, then like the video as well, and you can share this video with the family and friends. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe, stay at home, and yeah, I love you guys all so much. Bye bye.